After word of Haman's plan to annihilate the Jewish people reaches Esther, she sends a message back to Mordechai, Leich kenos es haYehudim, go and gather the Jewish people together. And many of the Mefarshim see a hint to one of the core problems which faced the Jewish people at the time in that very statement. That Haman understood that the Jewish people were an Am, as he describes to Achashverosh, who were mefuzar mefurad ben amim. They were spread out. There wasn't any Achdus. And Esther understood that as dangerous as Haman thought that was to the Malchus of Achashverosh, to the kingdom of Achashverosh, it was that much more dangerous to the Jewish people when they aren't united. And therefore she says, if we want to figure out how we're going to overcome this, the first step is Leich Knos, as Kol HaYehudim. Let's gather all the Jewish people together. Let's repair those relationships, both Bein Adam Lamakom Tein Asan Hashem, and Bein Adam Lachaveiro as well. And in fact, the mitzvos of the day of Purim that our Chachamim instituted highlight this very idea, this very notion. Giving to the poor, matanos levyonim, even giving presents to friends, matanos mishloach manos ish l're'ehu. There's a sense of camaraderie, and that ultimately we gather together at the Seudah on Purim. And in light of all of this, it seems quite strange that the holiday of unity is celebrated on different days. It's the 14th of Adar in most places. It's the 15th in the Arim Ukafas Choma, in the walled cities. This year it's even divided up amongst the walled cities, different components on different days, Purim and Shulash. And even more difficult is the first Megillah, the first Mishnah in Maseches Megillah tells us that depending on a variety of factors, the Megillah can be read as early as the 11th, the 12th, the 13th, the 14th, the 15th. There are so many options. It seems so strange. On the holiday that's about unity, how can it be that we're celebrating it on disparate days, that we're not united even in terms of our celebration? Purim can be done by different Jews for the better part of an entire week. Why would the one holiday in which we're trying to highlight that Leich Kenos Es HaYehudim, that bringing the people together, we're going to have people celebrating at different times? I saw a beautiful idea, a beautiful suggestion from the Shemin HaTov. And what he suggests not only answers our question, but it provides a deep and important insight into Am Yisrael. The language of the Megillah itself, that it's used to describe the establishment of Purim, is a bit surprising. The days we are told are Bechol Davadar, Mishpacha, Mishpacha, Medina, Medina, Ve'ir, Ve'ir. In every generation, it's each and every family, it's each and every country, it's each and every city. And the same difficulty emerges if it's about bringing people together. Why are we describing it as this city and that person and this family? That doesn't seem to be the description that we need. It should simply say that Purim was established for all of the Jews, wherever they may be, for all time, to celebrate. It's about Achdus. Why highlight the divisions amongst the Jewish people when we can highlight our unity? And what clearly emerges is a refined definition and understanding of Achdus, of unity. That Achdus does not mean every person doing exactly the same thing. That everybody fits into one particular mold and there are no differences between people. In fact, that's the opposite. What Achdus and what unites the Jewish people is a certain sense of purpose, that we can have different ways to worship the same God, and that we can attach ourselves to different mitzvos in different profound ways. And we can daven with a different nusach, and we can daven with different words in our siddurim. But as long as the paths still go to Shemayim, they still go to Hashem, then everything's okay. That's what many suggest. The Magen Avram says that the divisions of the 12 Shvatim are symbolic. What the Shulchan Aruch says that a shul should have 12 windows, because there are different paths for our tefillos to go up. And that, in fact, is not what divides us, but that's what makes us stronger. And that's the message of the Megillah. That on the Yom Tov, which highlights our unity, we realize that to be united requires that we be able to accept the differences between us. That as long as we are serving with one common purpose and trying to serve the same Hashem with the same Torah, that we might do it in different ways, and we can respect those different drachim, and that in the end will be Leich Kenos Es HaYehudim, what brings us together, and what hopefully brings us the Geula, B'mheira v'yameinu afreilich in Purim, to one and all.